ever do that, just hit it again and start it back.
Yeah, you can keep reading.
It says right here, then the apostles and elders together with the whole church in Jerusalem chose delegates, and they sent them to Antioch of Syria with Paul and Barnabas to report on the decisions.
On the decision. So Paul and Barnabas was present when they came up with this in the council. So how in the fuck are you getting that Paul is teaching idolatry, man?
You see,
You already said they added nothing to what Paul wrote. Paul wrote down. Yeah, Paul said.
And also it comes from a lack of pride, we went into that, but of having no elders, no leadership, no one over you to tell, to guide you and tell you this is off. Like our apostles and elders, they didn't see everything.
There's no men of experience. I don't want to cut you off, but adding to what you said.
Right, they didn't see everything as it pertains to the scriptures of trying to, twist this that way, that they didn't see it all. But they don't have that leadership. They don't have that head above them to say, "Hey, you going off." Or matter of fact, let me explain to you. How, this is what Paul meant when he had said this in this scripture.
And a lot of them guys, a lot of them guys, I don't know the case. I'm just saying, guys with that same type of thinking, a lot of them have daddy issues, man. They never grew up with a dad that was telling them the right things, or they didn't grow up with one at all that they can take instruction from. That's why they don't want the leadership over them anyway.
That's why Peter, as well as Jude, they said that they're not even afraid of speaking evil of dignities, because those same type of men, they don't respect authority, they don't respect preeminence.
I got a precept real quick to go with what we're talking about. 1 Timothy 5:17. Let the elders that rule well be counted worthy of double honors, especially they who labor in the word and doctrine.
Yep.
It's simple, man. Yeah, these are apostles, the elders. They labored in this. They so they know what Paul meant. Therefore, we know through our studies of what Paul meant when he had said, spoken that specific scripture about eating meat offered unto idols.
Yep.
It's simple, but like I say, like you brothers were saying, they lack the ability to take instruction.
Yeah.
Everybody's got it.
And you know what that clown Hakka said? He said there's demons attached to the meat offered unto idols.
So just don't eat.
Somebody give me Timothy 1, 1 Timothy 1.
Can't do shit.
1 and verse I think 7.
You got it. Yeah.
1 Timothy 1 and 7. Yeah, I got it. It's 1 Timothy 1 and 7. Desiring to be teachers of the law.
Start up 1 first.
Yeah. This is 1 Timothy 1 and 6. It says, for which some having swerved, having turned aside unto vain jangling.
Yep.
That's what they do.
Jingling.
You just turning aside. You missed the whole point of what he's saying, and you just talking shit, trying to be cute. That's all these niggas are doing. Just trying to be cute, trying to go tit for tat, trying to be technical, trying to see if you can find some type of slip up, some type of fault, twisting his words up, just to cause dissension so that you can attract followers and listeners and get clicks and views, man. We see your whole get down, and the shit is tacky as hell, man. Go ahead.
Yep, verse 7. It says, desiring to be teachers of the law, understanding neither what they say nor whereof they affirm.
Bro, they don't know what the hell they're talking about. You teach the law heavy, you push the law heavy. You really believe that we're going to be saved by the law, but you don't even know how to break the law down right. Because the law never said that because what they're taking what Paul said in 1 Corinthians 10, which he was quoting from Deuteronomy 32. Somebody can go there real quick. Deuteronomy 32, and I believe it's like the 17th verse. They're basically interpreting the law to say that if the meat is being offered to idols, then that means that the demon is getting on the meat. So if you eat the meat from that offering,
Demon on you.
then basically you're fellowshipping with a demon.
Yeah, you're consuming the demon.
Bro, you couldn't make this up, man. But they pride themselves in being these big Bible scholars. They got they're a whole university.
They got scholarship over there.
Got scholarship and all kind of books, and they got a whole university and shit. We can't even interpret the law right.
Come to the Coliseum of debate.
Bro, get that in Deuteronomy 32.
Got it?
I got it.
I got it.
It's Deuteronomy 32 and verse 16. It says, they provoked them to jealousy with strange gods. With abominations provoked they him to anger. They sacrificed unto devils.
They sacrificed to devils. So what does that mean? They were worshiping that idol, and the practices that involved worshiping that idol, they had to basically deal with unclean spirits, demons. But when they did that, it didn't magically change the meat, where the meat became the demon possession. That's not what that's talking about.
It's not like the pigs that the demons hopped on and jumped into. No, that was living animals, by the way.
Yeah.
Not dead flesh that was to be cooked.
Yeah.
That's so idiotic, ain't it?
Bro, you're looking for something, bro. They just be digging and reaching for shit, bro. That ain't there.
It's the ritual where they're having fellowship with the demon.
Yep.
The practice, the ritual, not the meat offering in itself. The meat is just flesh.
The showbread was similar on the opposite side.
Yeah.
It was bread and it was made a certain way, but it was only special because it was part of the ceremony.
For the Levites.
Right.
For the priests.
For the priests, yeah. Kind of.
Certain ceremonial thing that went with it. Yeah, more.
Yeah, that was verse 6. It says
Like
from,
there's
Oh no, he was reading my fault.
back in Deuteronomy 32 and 17, it says, they sacrificed unto devils, not to Yahweh, to gods whom they knew not, to new gods that came newly up.
Hey, Bond, go to ChatGPT and ask it, according to 1 Corinthians 10, 19 through 21, does it mean that the demons, trying to figure out how a way you could put it, but basically is the meat offered unto idols, is it demonic, or is it the ritual? Is it the meat or the ritual that's having communion with the demon? Because Paul was basically trying to say the idol doesn't have any power.
Right.
It's nothing. It doesn't exist. It's mere material. That's all that idol is. It's material.
This goes back to while you saying that, it goes back to how Shai was saying about when they were questioning him about the disciples not washing their hands.
Right. I rephrased it. Well, I just asked it. You can say it, but I just said, according to 1 Corinthians, what was it? Chapter 10, 19, and 21. Is the meat offered unto idols physical or spiritual? And it said, you can read what you got. I'm gonna read what I got too.
and it says, let's look closely at 1 Corinthians 10, 19 through 21. I asked the exact question you asked. Is the meat or the ritual, is it the meat or the ritual which commemorates the idol? In 1 Corinthians 10, 19 through 21, Slaki. It says, Paul is clarifying a distinction here In verse 19, he acknowledges that the idol itself has no true power. It's just an image or object. But in verse 21, it's like in verse 20, he shifts focus. The issue isn't the meat itself, but the ritual and the spiritual fellowship involved in the sacrifice.
Come on, man. So ChatGPT is cutting you right now.
I'm gonna say it. What I said Paul is addressing two layers when I say physical or spiritual. Layers here, physical and spiritual. Physically, the meat itself is just normal food. In verse 19, Paul is rhetorically, is the idol anything? Meaning idols have no real power, and the meat doesn't become magically evil. So physically, the meat is ordinary.
Come on, man. It's like you niggas are all of a sudden, you're being superstitious about it, man. If it's that, if you're gonna be that holier than thou just to try to prove a point and try to discredit Apostle Paul, then stop being a phony and just go vegan. Don't eat no fast food, none of this shit.
You can't do that either though. Because Esau putting dead bodies on the vegetables too. So now
so in other words, try to override Ezekiel 4:13 then.
Right.
You can't do it. So you're just being a man, you niggas, man.
I'm gonna read the spiritual part. Spiritually, however, Paul warns that participating in the ritual or eating the meat as part of idol worship connects a person to demonic.
Part of idol worship. Now, eating the meat as part of idol worship is what it says. Not the meat. The meat is normal, as it says.
The meat is right,
but eating it as a part
because the
of
Lord
idol
created
worship.
it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
He created it for us to consume it.
The principal uses of a man's life.
Yeah, and I was going to quote the other one for another verse right there. It says, for all things are created that are
good
for the good, but to
evil
to
and to
the
sinners.
sinner or whatever.
Sinners they are turned into evil.
Yeah.
To the sinners there, exactly.
I gotta.
And it's based on your conscience.
Yep.
Right.
You make it that.
So why would you make it that?
That's why Paul was saying in Romans the 14th chapter, some man might say that he only eats herbs.
Yeah. Some eat
You know?
meat.
Yeah. He feel it's more safer going that route. I'm not gonna fault that brother if he wants to just deal strictly with the Daniel diet.
Now
If he does that, but hey, come time to Passover,
yeah.
hey,
Yeah,
you
everybody.
gonna have to, you know, for that day,
Yeah.
you gotta eat that lamb, man.
Shot.
In that same scripture that you read, that you referenced in Romans, what did he also say in there? He also was saying that to not offend him is why you wouldn't do it in front of him.
Exactly.
He never said it was bad.
Right.
You just didn't want to offend him because he didn't understand.
Right. If whether you do it or not,
Right.
it doesn't make you lesser or more
Right.
to the Most High.
He said that.
But it's about the conscience, man.
Yep.
It's about going back to the first principle of the first commandment, loving thy neighbor as thyself.
Yep.
That's what he's conveying through this topic.
Right. Because the Lambeck, it was those that were weaker in the faith, so to speak, man. The Israelites who were just new to the faith, I should say. You know, not to set up a stumbling block unto them. So if they were in the Grecian captivity and they just turned over into the camp, so to speak, and they're like, wait up, y'all going to the Elamite joint, like, or y'all going to the Greek joint? Like, I just came out that Greek life. Wait, why are y'all going there and eating if I just left from there? You know? Because in his mind, he's like, okay, y'all, I just left here. I can't eat this because this is what I was doing back in the world.
Right.
You know? But now that he's out of that, that's why he said, I won't eat in front of that man, nor I won't eat at all. You know? So that was what he was conveying.
Exactly. And see, and this is the difference between following the spirit of the law versus the letter of the law. Them scribes and Pharisees, they was trying tooth and nail. They was trying super hard to follow the letter of the law, and not the spirit. Paul was following the spirit of the law. All right? He was, this whole controversial topic, it goes back to the law. Thou shalt not cast a stumbling block before the blind.
God.
Love thy neighbor as thyself. All those principles was contained in his advice to give to them in the church, to have order established.
God.
The mindset and all, man. Being diligent to know the state of your flock.
Yeah, Sean.
You got it.
God. That was
That was it?
Yep, that was it on the chat. Mine pretty much says the same thing.
Yeah.
It says the meat itself is neutral. It's just food. It says the ritual is what makes it spiritually defiled because it's an act of fellowship with devils, not the Most High. It says Paul's warning then is not against eating meat, per se, but against participating in or commemorating the idolatrous.
Let me ask you, brother, a question. Let me ask you, brother, a question. So Thanksgiving, or whatever, right, it's coming up. Now, can you eat that food?
Yeah, that's a great question.
Yeah.
Why? Why can't you eat it?
Because you're not eating it to an idol.
Simple.
Okay. Now let me go further. The problem with Thanksgiving is the menu. Because it's a spiritual meaning to the menu, though. You know what I'm saying? Like the turkey represents the Native American, the cranberry sauce represents the blood that was shed,
Yeah, that's
the stuffing. That's where all of you know.
That's them like literally taking the baby out of the womb of the mother. You know,
chopping it up, first, killing it, and then stuffing it back in her, of the Native woman. So if you look at the menu, it's like, damn, should I eat that? It's a good day to fast, but if you gotta eat, it's okay. It's okay though.
And it commemorates the slaughtering of.
You end up there praying. We'll thank the pilgrims for coming over and the Native Americans.
The tribes.
Not doing all that.
Yeah.
You know.
It was, if you're sitting up there in a mirthful spirit, you're doing nothing but commemorating the slaughter of your own people. Because it was a victory feast where they just killed this tribe. Let's go back and be thankful that God delivered them into our hands.
Destiny. Yeah.
Right. That's all it was. And it was. Well, I ain't going into history. You got it.
Man, another thing too, especially understanding how Jake moved, that it's like that whole week and the week after, it's like no other food is about to be cooked. You know? Your mom, your grandmama, you go over their house, no other food is gonna be in the fridge.
Yeah.
So it's like
And they
that's
gonna
all
make
that's there.
a lot of it.
Yeah. So the food gonna be there a week and a half after the date.
And,
You know?
and like even in my house now, certain things get made. Like, damn, I don't really want to eat all this, but if they made portions of 3 portions for me to have to eat out of this, and then everybody else get their one, but they figured I would eat this much of this food. So why would you not? You ain't eating that ham that was up there. You gonna eat that too? You ain't for sure ain't gonna eat that. So you think about it in that sense, seeing it for the spiritual side of it, but also understanding as a man that you're not held to that standard. The water Yahweh Shai again.
God, and for brothers that may be new, in the faith and navigating it, I'll just tell you, like it happened. I was with my woman, and her family or whatever, and I ate, but as they're chilling, playing games and all that, I'm in the room studying and doing lessons. So it's a separation. So just separate yourself still, man.
I'll tell it.
You have families, they like the way they celebrate it, they going all in.
Yeah.
Bro.
They got the American flag.
Yeah, we say grace, bro.
They're about to say the grace in the name of JC, say what they're thankful about. And it's definitely opposite of what we're commemorating during Hanukkah. The dedication of the temple. We give, you feasting and you giving to one another and fellowshipping. Rededication of the temple. But you celebrating the feast of slaughter, man, genocide. You know. So yeah, man. And hey, I ain't ate of that Thanksgiving food. I think I ain't had that since shit 2011. The last time I ate of that shit. And when and the last time when I did eat of it, I got sick as a motherfucker, man. My body started aching, throwing up, you know, sore throat. That food fucked me up, man. It was fire, but it destroyed me, man. But I wasn't worried. I wasn't in that feastful spirit. It was just food to me. I went and made a plate. The shit was fire. But then afterwards, I got sick. I couldn't even eat no more of it. I didn't even want no leftovers. And that was like the last time I even ate of that shit. I didn't want no more of that. Like, man, anytime I want some macaroni and cheese and greens and all that, I'm gonna just make it. It ain't gonna have, like, I'm gonna make sure everything is good. You know, I'm gonna look through everything, make sure ain't nothing in it. You know? But according to them dudes, I deserve death for eating that. Oh, you got sick, brother, because you wasn't in the spirit. You wasn't right, brother. It was a demon. You was eating, offered them to demons, huh? No, it's actually, this food is defiled. We eat food defiled all the time, and that's why we do get sick. You gotta pray over it, man. And you gotta be taking herbs and everything. You gotta go through cleanses, detoxes.
Because the food we eat, it has no nutrition in it. Like, you gotta take vitamins and supplements and herbs.
Yeah, man. But that was it on what y'all had. Oh, get what's that? Get Psalms 106 real quick.
Psalms 106?
It started like around 35.
Ron, you still holding?
Oh,
You still had him holding?
Yeah. I think he's still in Acts. 106 and like around, start at 35.
35. I got it. Psalms 106 and 35. Matter of fact, can I start up at yeah.
Go ahead.
This is 34.
33.
Yeah. Dang. Yeah, I start.
The point is in like 36, 37,
I
but
start
you can start
33.
up.
33. Yeah. 33. Yeah, 33. It says, because they provoked his spirit, so that he spake unadvisedly with his lips, they did not destroy the nations concerning whom the Lord commanded them, but were
Who were
mingled.
those nations that they didn't destroy?
The 7 Canaanite nations.
Go ahead.
It says, because they provoked his spirit, so that he spake unadvisedly with his lips, they did not destroy the nations concerning whom the Lord commanded them, but were mingled among the heathen and learned their works. And they served their idols, which were a snare unto them. Yea, they sacrificed their sons and their daughters unto devils.
See, now where's the meat offering in that?
Reminds me of the Valley of Hinnom.
Yep.
Them passing their children through the fire.
Yep.
No?
They
It's the ritual of that.
Yeah.
That ritual was what they were. That's how they were in communion with the demons. It was through the ritual of sacrificing their children. All right. It wasn't that the children themselves that was being offered made them demons. It was the ritual of the practice of offering up your child to an idol. That's what made them communion with demons.
I got a great analogy.
Go ahead.
You kind of go with that. So Halloween, is it bad to eat the food at a Halloween party or candy? No, that ain't the bad. You know, candy ain't saying eat candy, but that ain't the bad part. The bad part when you start putting the costumes on, walking around trick or treating and all of that. That's when it turns into it's the ritual of what's going on.
Yeah, the commemoration of it.
Right.
Yeah,
Huh? Yeah, exactly. Carving the pumpkin and all of that.
Right.
Going back
Another
to
example. Christmas.
That's good. I knew.
Use-
Yeah, go ahead. It's-
Now, you put those gifts up under that tree, and the children they have no idea. They just they're prostrating themselves and bowing down in front of a tree. But what's under that tree that's making them do that? Those gifts.
Yep.
So is that Xbox?
Yep.
Is that the demon? You having communion with the demon by getting the new Xbox or PlayStation or the new Jordans or whatever? No, it's the ritual behind
right.
Christmas,
It's
what
the-
you're commemorating.
It's the spirit.
The
that's
spirit
behind
that's
it.
in it.
Because when you begin to participate in those things, you conjure up demons from that ceremony on yourself.
Yeah.
So now you're in the Christmas or Thanksgiving spirit, you know, and it takes your mind away from the Lord.
Somebody
You
want
know.
to give you $1,000 on Christmas.
Right.
Turn it down.
I got a pretty sure. What was 1 Corinthians 8 and 8 brought out?
Nope.
All right, 1 Corinthians 8 and 7 in the NLT. It said, however, not all believers know this. Some are accustomed to thinking of idols as being real. So when they eat food that has been offered to idols, they think of it as worship of real gods. And their weak consciences are violated.
Mm-hmm.
It's true that we can't win Yahweh's approval by what we eat.
It's-
We don't lose anything if we don't eat it, and we don't gain anything if we do. But you must be careful so that your freedom does not cause others with a weaker conscience to stumble.
Right.
For
How could you complicate what he's saying here? It's really it's crystal clear, it's simple. It's not hard at all. You're complicating what he's saying. Because you're twisting his words and taking it out of context.
Yeah, but Peter said, when you read Paul's writings, some wrestle to their own destruction.
Yep.
Verse 10, for if others see you with your superior knowledge eating in the temple of an idol,
For if they see you doing this, you got knowledge. You're thinking, because you know that an idol doesn't mean anything. It doesn't have any power. But a brother happen to see you go up in there, and you in there eating. You don't believe none of this shit. You just in there to get the food. He's saying, be careful with that. Be careful. You can call. You about to go ahead.
won't they be encouraged to violate their conscience by eating food that have been offered to an idol?
Man.
So because of your superior knowledge, a weaker believer for whom Yahweh Shai died will be destroyed.
Man. Because now he thinks it's all right to eat unto the idol, even with his mind, his conscience, unto that idol. You know?
He isn't mature enough
Yet. Right.
You could even, we were talking about food, but you could even say incense. Remember, it was wicked niggas in the ancient world that burnt incense to Baal, but when you burn the incense, you're not wicked. You're wicked if you're burning it to Baal or these different deities.
Right.
You know, but we burn incense. We're burning them unto Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai.
Everything has its
Yeah.
uses.
Right.
Everything has its use, man. You know? There's a way that the heathens do it versus the righteous way of doing it.
They will.
I had it like this. You can buy like stones, whether it's necklaces, or you can go buy the real, the stones or whatever. Stones, incense, all of those types of things. Witches use the same stuff. Sage, that's what I'm gonna say. Palo Santo. Witches use it too.
Same type of
But it's the spirit that they're doing it in. It's the energy they're doing it, the ritual they're doing it in. Okay, so Wicca, right? If y'all know what Wicca is, right? It's the practice of witchcraft. That they use a lot of the same stuff, the Palo Santo and all sage and so on and so forth.
It's a spirit. The account of Elijah versus the prophets of Baal. You know that both two altars were set up, right? Using what? Wood, water, stones, or whatever the case may be. But it commemorated two different powers. One power being the ultimate Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, and then idol, right? But they were basically trying to prove whose power was real, right? But it was the same material, so to speak. You know?
I mean, how many ways do we have to make it plain? How much plainer can we make it? And that's really for the edification of y'all. It ain't for them guys. It's for you that's watching that didn't get the understanding, and they just laid a stumbling block in front of you. You got more?
Verse 12, 2 more verses. And when you sin against other believers by encouraging them to do something they believe is wrong, you are sinning against Yahweh Shai. So if what I eat causes another believer to sin, I will never eat meat again as long as I live. For I don't want to cause another believer to stumble.
Hey, like, we could use an example because he even talked about not just meat offered to idols, but he was saying that, you know, you have some that might just eat herbs. Now, don't you know that herbs can be used in a ritual?
Yeah.
They do it down in the Caribbean.
All the time.
They use herbs and doctor up certain shit to invoke spirits,
Curses.
put cast spells and all kinds of shit.
Spices.
Spices.
Yeah.
You know?
You
So
think
you gonna demonize herbs which are naturally from the earth? That's for like the scriptures. Don't want to say it in the Psalms. The Lord made the herbs of the earth, or what is it? Psalms?
Sirach, the one.
No, the one in Psalms where it says he created it for the service.
Oh yeah.
Psalms 104. So if I take a herb that the Caribbeans use for certain wicked practices, and I take it because I want to heal myself naturally, does that mean that I'm being a demon? You know, am I practicing divination? Come on, man. Somebody can find that Psalms. So it's the same principle. Just like with meat, you eat meat just to satisfy your hunger. You're not doing it because you're trying to commemorate a idol. You're just trying to eat. So we can use the same example with herbs. Go ahead.
I had looked up on ChatGPT. Is romaine lettuce used in rituals in some countries? It says yes. In some traditions, the vegetable commonly known as romaine lettuce is used in ritual or symbolic context.
Yeah, because I've tried the bitter herb. It's disgusting. It's nasty. I just take a little romaine lettuce. That bitter herb is just disgusting. It's nasty. Go ahead, bro.
Here are a few examples of how they're understood, and it mentions the Jewish ritual of the Passover is sometimes used for that purpose.
I mean, because it is a herb, but it's not a bitter herb.
Right.
The scriptures clearly say take bitter herb.
Huh?
And remember, it says, remember your bondage or something like that in Egypt. I forgot how it goes exactly.
All right, so I went down, and it says, in ancient Egypt, romaine lettuce was associated with the fertility god Men, used for symbolic reasons. In ancient Egypt, lettuce was considered sacred. It was associated with Men, the Egyptian god of fertility.
So just imagine if at the grocery store they take some of that same romaine lettuce that was used in those practices, and they bag it up and package it. And now you finna go to the store because you're thinking about a salad you about to hook up.
Call it Caesar salad.
Yeah, Caesar
Caesar
salad.
was doing.
You know, you can get your pack of croutons and shit. You know? So now these guys gonna have to throw out romaine lettuce. Don't eat no romaine lettuce, bro. You can't have that after Passover, huh?
That's going off, man.
You going off.
You
You commit idolatry.
question.
Now we're being facetious, but we're not.
Wait, but he's eating that during the Passover, bro? And it's commemorating Egyptian gods? Ah, fuck.
He didn't eat that, bro. He had arugula, bro. We gotta give him credit. He did eat arugula. That's what he told us. He ate arugula.
Yeah.
But still, we're just making the point for you guys to understand that your claims of being so strict in the law, so scholarly, you're going too far, bro. This ain't what Yahushua did it for. You guys don't have the spirit, so you're not going to understand the spirit of the law. You're not going to understand the spirit of prophecy. You know some of the prophecy, but you don't understand the spirit. How it goes. You so try to be trendy so much that you're complicating things.
Yep. That's all you're doing, making it more complicated than it needs to be.
Paul said make it easier for them, not make it harder. Making it harder. But Paul said it, so never mind. You know? It's a problem, bro. It's a problem in Israel with that. And you the root cause, and we're gonna see what happens unless you repent. We're gonna see what happens. It sound like you're on your way out anyway, using words like community. Like your elder used.
Yeah.
That's now in the Crip community. Back in that. Okay.
I got a quick one. Proverbs 8 through 9 in the NLT. It says, "My advice is wholesome. There is nothing devious or crooked in it. My words are plain to anyone with understanding, clear to those with knowledge." You know, it's plain. It's clear. It even tells you that in Wisdom of Solomon about the wisdom. It says that it's unspotted, but it's also clear. It's go to it.
Which one? Wisdom of Solomon?
6.
7.
Wisdom of Solomon 7.
It's Wisdom of Solomon 7, verse 21.
Yeah.
That's like 22. "For wisdom, which is the worker of all things, taught me, for in her is an understanding spirit, holy, one only, manifold, subtle."
Yeah, it's multi-layered.
Yep.
It got layers to it.
One only, but it's multi-layered.
Huh. But there's still one truth. Still, you know, the truth is sound. It's one, but it's multi-layered. You know.
Lively, clear, undefiled,
It
plain.
said, wait, lively.
Clear.
Then it said clear.
Yep.
You know, meaning it's plain. Okay. It's basically direct. Go ahead.
It says clear, undefiled, plain, not
It's that clear, plain,
undefiled.
undefiled. See, what y'all coming with is actually defiled. It's like he said to Titus in the book of Titus, he said, "Unto the unbelieving is nothing pure."
Yep.
You know, to the believing, all things are pure, but to the unbeliever, or there's nothing pure. Their mind and conscience is defiled. It's your defiled conscience that has you interpreting these scriptures and making it complicated. You know, you basically stumbling over your own way of thinking, man.
And that's why it's not what cometh out, goeth into a man that defiles was cometh out. Because now you putting all these extras on it. You're making it more than what it was ever intended to be. You're the one attaching the idol to it, the ritual of the demons unto it. Okay, that wasn't what it was created for. The interpretation of man and the heart is, what it said, the heart is wicked. And what does it say? The heart is deceitful and wicked above all things. Who could know it?
That's why you're not supposed to add or take away from the word. Because
Right.
it's pure in itself. It don't need nothing.
You don't need no seasoning on it, bro. We got it.
It's perfect.
It says, clear, undefiled, plain, not subject to hurt, loving the thing that is good, quick, which cannot be letted, ready to do good, kind to man, steadfast, sure, free from care, having all power. For this describing wisdom.
Wisdom.
Yeah. It says having all power, overseeing all things, and going through all understanding, pure. It's like pure and most subtle spirits. From wisdom is more moving than any motion, for she passeth and goeth through all things by reason of her pureness.
And that's why it will flee. What is that in Wisdom of Solomon 1? That says that it will flee the spirit of deceit, because it will not dwell in any type of maliciousness or unrighteousness that's settled in you. Wisdom will flee from you. And you dudes, the reason why you're stumbling that Paul is because there's some wickedness within you. All right, there's some type of defilement there. So that's why you're having a hard time, because it's plain to us. There's nothing complicated about what was said. He was giving righteous advice, man. He was being a leader. He was being a shepherd with these teachings and advice to the churches. I'd hate to be up under y'all diggers, man.
I'd hate to be sheep in their flock. Man, they be beating you with the stick and shit. Yeah, you can just hook me and guide me back, man. I lost train of thought, so put me back in. You gonna beat on me.
It says in
you gotta wear the yoke extra tight under IUIC, Genesis, you know, all these dudes that's coming in that wicked scribe and Pharisee spirit, man. You gotta wear your yoke extra tight, and that's probably what contributes to some of these jakes that'll leave and say, "Well, I'm no longer a Hebrew Israelite."
Yeah.
They ain't got the right leaders.
Because they don't have the right guidance, man, the right leaders, and they're not accustomed to the liberty that you do have in Yahushua. Because Jake in the circumcision, they'll think that you're being like a Christian.
Yeah.
Lord knows.
When you go by what he's saying in these epistles, it's like they might as well say, "Oh, Apostle Paul was basically he was teaching Christianity." That's how they be insulting Paul, man. Remember, hey, them different run-ins that the Christians were having with Sakari months ago, a year ago, and it was getting confounded by Christians, and it was always usually based on the writings of Paul. Them Christians was confounding y'all dudes out there, man.
Like when they said it's nothing in this, basically saying they don't lie, or saying that
they don't
no
sin.
scripture. No, they said they don't lie.
Yeah, Alazar said that.
Yeah, Alazar said that.
No, he said, show me where in the scripture where it says thou shalt not lie.
Thou shalt not lie, right?
And that's clearly in the law.
Absolutely.
He said no. It says thou shalt not bear false witness.
What is that?
That's a lie. You giving a false report, nigga, you're lying. They're very semantical, man. Very semantical. They're being semantical with Paul, based on his own writings. You know? Go ahead, bro.
Y'all got 2 Timothy 2.
Man, I hate this shit too.
And verse 2 Timothy 2:15. Study to show thyself approved unto the Most High, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. Now I looked up the word for rightly dividing. It's the Greek word orthomeo. It says to cut straight away. And the second definition, it says to make straight and smooth, to handle right, to teach the truth directly and correctly.
So you gotta be diligent, man, with studying. But at the same time, yeah, the scriptures say to be diligent, but you don't want to overdo it as well. It tells us in Ecclesiastes, don't be over righteous much. Neither be over wise. because you'll mess yourself up in the process. It tells you to eat enough honey that is sufficient for you, but don't eat too much or you're gonna vomit. These dudes, they going from commentary to commentary of this scholar, that scholar. Now you thinking like a damn Edomite.
Exactly.
Edomite theological scholar. Even the ones that put the blue letter Bible together. They put all those precepts together and they're very useful. When you read their commentaries, some of the things you can tell they go off on. Like, hey, some of the scholars that put together the blue letter, they have a reason why they omit the Apocrypha. They say that there's contradictions in the Apocrypha with the rest of the Bible. You can't prove that.
It's not canon.
They say that it's not canon. But what are we going off of? You know? You can clearly see, okay, so if the Apocrypha wasn't divinely inspired, that man just wrote that hundreds of years after the Bible, then why is the Lord recorded at the Feast of Dedication, where the only account that we read about the commemoration of the Feast of Rededication is in the Maccabees? Come on, man. And that's just one example. You know, so them scholars, them theological Christians, they have knowledge to a certain extent everywhere, but they don't have the spirit, man. That's why Paul said, I have used the foolish things of this world to confound the wise. We can point out their inconsistencies and their errors, man. And we didn't go to a theological seminary. And especially when we go into prophecy, man.
Yeah, like
that's where it's really like, oh man, you don't want to go there, man.
Elder Yashua says they left out a whole beast,
bro. Bro,
you know, that's how the whole beast. The third beast.
Straight to the fourth.
The leopard.
Yeah. Skip the leopard.
You go from the Babylonians to the Medieval Persians to the Romans. But then there's no difference between a Jew nor a Greek. But we're Greek.
Yeah.
How did this happen?
Right. Yeah.
What's the history behind that? You know? So it makes sense. You know? Yeah, man. It's you dudes, y'all trying too hard, man. Trying too hard. You know? If y'all were really flowing in the spirit, it would just come naturally, man. You would just be teaching. You wouldn't need all the extras. You wouldn't need all the gimmicks and the controversy to try to sell yourself, to get people to come and listen. Because the word is going to do what it's going to do, regardless. All right? All you got to do is just water, plant. The Lord gives the increase. That's it.
Yeah.
It doesn't need any additives. Because then, now you're diluting. You're lessening the quality when you add all this extra BS, man.
I do remember you tiny human females. Welcome back.
I know I still had you sitting on an axe.
Oh, it's fine. Spirit.
But, you know.
All right,
yeah, man. Hey. Give me 1 Corinthians, was it the 3rd chapter? Where it says, let a man become a fool.
That he may be wise.
Yeah.
1 Corinthians. Now.
1 Corinthians 3 and 18. Let no man deceive himself. If any man among you seemeth to be wise in this world, let him become a fool that he may be wise.
Yep.
For the wisdom of this world is foolishness with the Most High. For it is written, he taketh the wise in their own craftiness.
And they're trying to mix the wisdom of this world with the truth. It's not, you can't mix it. It's impossible, you know, because eventually you're going to get to a point where you can't. You have no answer.
Yeah.
You know.
And then you start to see how, like with the Christians, they'll take certain sections of the scriptures and compartmentalize it.
Yeah.
Like what they doing, because we know that these letters, they wasn't written by chapter and verse. It was a long, drawn-out letter. You know, it was a long, drawn-out letter. So you can't just put it in a compartment.
That's like they try to do with John 3:16.
Yeah.
Start at the top of the verse. That's all you got to do. Read from John 3:1 all the way down.
Yeah, man.
And then read the next chapter.
Yeah.
And then you get your answer who that pertains to.
Right.
But, you know, like just backing up your point, how they try to, what do you say, say the word.
Compartmentalize.
I can't say that. Compartmentalize. You know, the truth. It's like,
yeah, they learn words like hermeneutics and exegesis, eisegesis, you know, and now they just on a whole nother level now.
what's the other one?
But you stumbling at meat sacrifice to idols. You stumbling over not wearing a hat when you pray and prophesy. You know? You got Nate in them. They it's all about the law, but you can wear a lot. You can get you get a crispy shaper. You know? Unlawful haircuts, but they are teaching the law. And that's why the Lord, you know, that's the reason why he has to, like it says in Zephaniah, he's going to search Jerusalem with candles. He's going all around Israel, and you seeing why all these different heretic doctrines that are just starting to evolve, coming out of all these different groups, these different camps. That's because the Lord is pretty much, he's putting a spotlight on it. He's drawing it all out because he's getting ready to bring everything into the judgment. And that's why you brothers and you sisters that are on the outside looking in, the scriptures say to try the spirit by the spirit. You're gonna have to really have a very keen eye and high discernment levels amongst all these false teachers and prophets out here. You're gonna have to definitely use your discernment. Yeah, some of these dudes out here, hey, give it to them. They can speak. They can speak very well. They're very articulate. They got charisma. Nate, that dude, he sound like he on stage every time when he speak. The way he talk with he dramatizes.
He makes you want to listen to
yeah.
him.
He draws.
Who's that?
He's very Nate.
Oh yeah.
That rhythm.
You think he's doing a Broadway play?
Right.
You know?
You give this a character.
Yeah. He's on his Hamlet, Othello, you know.
Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah, man. And Jake, you know, they'll listen just for those reasons.
Because it's entertainment.
Because it's entertaining. Ezekiel 33. Jake wanted, a lot of them, they like to listen because they like being entertained. They like they like the way they're hearing it sound versus what they're hearing. You know? If you listening to what he's saying versus liking how he's saying it, then you have a lot of questions. You know? You wouldn't just be going along with it and just just giving empty praise. Because the scriptures say that in the Apocrypha. Don't be quick to praise a man before you hear him talk. You know? Somebody found that? 33, and I think you can start like maybe the 30th verse.
Okay.
Read that one in the NLT as well. Cause they can make false doctrine sound very convincing. They can make it sound very like, damn, that I think that might be the truth, brother. You saw how he went into that break, how he broke that down, and then he went from that scripture to this verse over here in this book. And then some of them even trying to go into the blue letter. You know, trying to all of a sudden they want to look up words now.
Well, the Christians.
Yeah, the Christians, but even some of the other Israelite groups too. Because remember Nate and them, IOIC, they was like, why don't we just read it in plain English?
They read the Greek.
They didn't want to read it no other way. Go ahead.
Ezekiel 33 in the NLT, verse 30, it says, "Son of man, your people talk about you in their houses and whisper about you at the doors. They say to each other, come on, let us hear the prophets tell us what the Lord said."
Yep, let's go listen to those brothers. Let's go listen to those guys with the yellow and purple, the gold and purple.
It says, "So my people."
Them brothers look powerful.
Armbands to do something, the headband and all
Man.
that, to do something.
I give it to them, man. They got the whole look down. Hey, man.
They got that ancient look to it. Yeah.
It's a psychological
On the
thing
outside.
too with them colors.
Come on.
Verse 31. "So my people come pretending to be sincere and sit before you."
Yep, but yet they like to boast about how many people that they're bringing over, how many people that they can recruit, how many views and clicks that they can get. That's vainglory. Because you forgetting, out of all those thousands of people that are watching, listening, even leaving comments, how many of them are active in the ministry? Active.
Meaning teachers.
Yeah.
They're doing what we're doing up here.
Yeah.
How many of them are doing that?
Right. In season and out season.
Yeah.
It's
Whether it's cold, brick cold, whether it's scorching hot. You know, because we see IUIC when it's nice outside, all y'all outside.
Yeah.
But when it's cold, like we getting ready to come into the winter, we got about another month or so. It's gonna start getting cold. The temperature's gonna drop. Some of you're not gonna be outside. You're gonna be putting up clips of you teaching, but you still got t-shirts on your fringes. But when we come out, everybody bundled up with jackets, hoodies, scarves, beanies. So we know when you upload in the winter, you're not out. You're not currently out there. Hey, me and Shaquan, we remember? We was like, man, let's go out there to the strip and see if they out there. Let's see if they being for real. Because they was uploading videos. We like, so wait, they're still going out? Yeah. It don't look right, because while I'm looking at the crowd, everybody got on t-shirts.
Just the spirit on them that had them on.
T-shirts, shorts.
Yeah. Chicks got on, little shorts on and shit. I'm like, nah, hell no. It gets 40 in January. You know?
Proverbs 20:4. The sluggard will not plow by reason of the cold. Therefore shall he beg and harvest and have nothing.
Land-based trip.
Yeah.
Played around, land-based.
NLT.
tried to disrespect us by saying, what were they calling us? Snow dummies. Preaching the word while it was snowing. Your members that's watching you out there marching, all that's coming in, they wasn't around to hear you say shit like that. But we remember. Go ahead. Go back to that in Ezekiel.
Verse 31 says, so my people come pretending to be sincere and sit before you. Right, I'm gonna read it again. So my people come pretending to be sincere and sit before you. They listen to your words, but they have no intentions of doing what you say.
Yeah.
Yep. Come.
They don't have any intentions, man. They just want to come hear something that sounds good to them.
Yeah. They fancy.
And then you have a appearance that they respect.
All your garments match.
Yeah.
They neat, they iron, they pressed. So these guys must got the truth. And there's a lot of deceivers out there. I just looked up, I don't know why I looked up one body. They got like 23,000 subscribers. And we know they niggas ain't got the truth. We know how far gone they are. So imagine, the rest of these people is.
But what does it say? The Broadway.
Oh yeah.
The Broadway is the way that leads to this destruction. And many be there at. They're going there at.
That's the Broadway.
Yeah, it's not talking about Christian religion, right? Catholicism. It's talking about Israelites.
Yeah,
Israelites that's gonna follow wicked ass niggas, man. Yeah. Broadway.
They're in the same as those Christians. That's all that Broadway, all of that over there. Okay, there's one way that's approved, and there's one, and the rest of the ways are off.
The scriptures say that a man will cleave to his like. So depending on what kind of followers or how many followers a particular camp got, that will tell you a lot about the person following.
And you can look at the fruit to see if they're truly dressed. Great Millstone's growing as well, but we see the fruit, that each piece of fruit is sweet, so to speak. Each piece of fruit has nourishment.
Yeah, because it's all been cultivated, in due time, man. In proper season. Speaking of the process.
And what makes you of the Broadway as a leader? If what you represent and what you teach and how you carry yourself is more secular, it's worldly. If you can appeal unto this world, people will be more comfortable following you. That's one of the reasons why IUIC, they push that whole marry one wife. Just get one woman. And then they'll beat you over the head with 1 Timothy 3, where it talks about the criteria of being a bishop.
Like everybody a bishop.
As if we are, bro. Everybody is not a bishop. That's not everybody is not gonna. When it talks about the body of Yahushua, there's different offices. Not everybody's gonna be a prophet. Not everybody's gonna be a teacher. Not everybody's gonna be the discerner of spirits. Not everybody's gonna be the help. Not everybody's gonna be able to be an interpreter of tongues. Everybody has a different office.
But their office is important to the body.
Right. But because you trying to relegate that criteria of a bishop being the husband of one wife, and you basically trying to put that standard on everybody, you're just trying to appease to the world. Well, by default, the woman, because if you care about how these women feel, you care about the world. What did Paul say? He that is married care for the things of the world, how he may please his wife. Because our women, they grew up in Western culture, filled with all these vain Western ideologies. They're automatically taught to think that when you get with him, he's supposed to have you and you only.
That's how the churches get.
You're supposed to be his one and only. After she done had 10,000 penises.
Right.
And that's
Then they come across Isaiah 4:1. Oh, that's gonna be in the kingdom.
Right.
that is a Christian strategy too, man. Because the more women you bring in, guess what? Men follow women.
Exactly.
And also the more money, they bring more money in.
There it is.
They easily manipulated to do play a song, give them their emotions. They gonna peel back their pockets, throw all what they got to the pimp.
So that's why they got all them women over there. Cause the woman get to marry you according to the state. So that woman can bind you under that slave contract.
That's probably incentives for them.
Bro.
Yeah, that's probably part of their 501c. You got to have a certain amount of members married under the state to continue to receive that funding nonprofit benefit.
Yep.
That's why they quick to marry you.
Yeah, because we know numbers come with women. Women bring numbers.
Wait, don't they teach that if your partner don't believe, you gotta leave them and then find yourself?
Come get a man.
And that goes,
Preach that bullshit.
that go against the scriptures.
Encouraging adultery.
You know what I mean? Wickedness, man.
I got
I have some more, but
real quick. I got Luke 6:26 in the NLT. What sorrow awaits you who are praised by the crowds, for their ancestors also praised false prophets.
Sheesh. Yep.
So yeah, the bulk is not going to follow the true message, man. This, for the most part, the true message is going to be hated and it's going to be avoided, man.
Yep.
Most people, when they speak evil about this Israelite thing, you have some people who generalize it, but then you have those who they may not necessarily say GMS, but this doctrine that we teach, from the marriageable age to the multiple wives, everything that we teach, they speak evil about the truth of this message that we have, man.
Yeah, and ultimately, it's because your mindset is crafted by this world. You're not seeing it from the ancient Eastern perspective,
Right.
which is of our culture. You can't call yourself a Hebrew but then get offended at the culture. They did things very different. Their customs were different. The way we greeted each other was different. Young girls, when to get ready for marriage, they had to be groomed. So they had to be around older women that gave them the game on how to love their husband and be skillful as a wife.
Yeah.
How to clean yourself, hygiene, how to cook, how to sew, even down to men, they like it like this. Like what was on that show? Man, what's on? Shit, man.
So on Netflix?
Handmaid's Tale?
Handmaid's Tale.
That's what I was thinking. That's what I meant to say.
They were being taught
Right.
how to please men. But I was thinking of another show, man.
Yeah.
What? Was it the Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
Game of Thrones. What's old girl name with the blonde hair?
Or the Mother of Dragons?
Yeah.
Yeah, Khaleesi.
The actress is Emily Clark. What's her name, man?
Khaleesi?
No, man. Her. Well, you remember when she was about to get married to the one guy
Oh yeah,
with the tattoos?
John, his name Samoa.
And she got around the women that knew him best, and they was literally coaching her on how to please him. That was an ancient custom.
Yeah. Like shit that was they showed you in Coming to America.
Yeah,
She was
Ever since she was born.
ever since she was born from birth
Went to serve
to you know, like the elder Yashuramba went in how these women had tutors, how they had women that were to show them and guide them. Like we always say, it's like in the ancient world, women, young girls were brought up to be mothers and wives. They weren't taught, you know, to be a career woman and independent and all that.
Yeah,
No, yeah, you say feminist, all that shit.
Arranged marriages.
Yeah.
Joint joining two houses of family.
Yes,
It's for business.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can I back him up with a scripture right quick? Would you serious?
No.
Yeah, Titus 2 and 3. It says yep. Just looking up. It says the aged women likewise that they be in behavior as becometh holiness. Behavior, right? Why? Because they know that in the ancient times they were looked up to. This time, no, the young don't respect the old in this time. Right? It says, not false accusers, not given to much wine, teachers of good things, that they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands, to love their children. And this taps right into the actual deeds that were written in Proverbs 31, the virtuous one. You can find the virtue. You know, it's an analogy, but it still can be used literally in this direct quote, direct way. It said to be discreet, chaste, keepers at home, good. And you know what? When you start getting into this, you realize the things that women do today that they shouldn't be doing. You know, like how women all gossip and they worry about hair and social media and all of this. Is because they're leaving off a lot of this list.
Bro,
The keepers at home knock off a lot. Because you ain't got time to get dolled up to, you know what I'm saying, to be taking pictures and modeling on social media. If you're keeping at home and watching after your children and your husband,
Right.
that alone will cut off. Most of you ain't got time to gossip. I gotta have this man food ready.
Right.
You know?
But you see the dynamic now is different.
Yeah.
Instead of daughters growing up to and seeing their mothers as, not only their caretakers but also their teachers, they're looking at their mothers now as like the big homegirl, the big homie, and they be in competition with each other.
Oh yeah, you got it.
They have that, mother friend, like a friendship instead of, parent, like, come on, man. It's not a daughter-mother relationship, it's more of a friendship, girlfriend relationship, man.
And you know what it is? Because the mothers be lonely as hell, man.
Yeah.
The nigga don't want to hang out with you because you ain't a keeper at home. You not.
Yeah,
you know,
you didn't have a father and a mother in the house.
Yep.
Who was raised by a trifling mom.
You don't know how to take.
She didn't teach you anything.
Guidance.
The mothers compete with their daughters now.
Yeah, for the same nigga.
Yeah.
He gonna read it in A&P, but you got it.
NLT, Ezekiel 16 and 44.
Yep.
NLT. Everyone who makes up Proverbs will say of you, like mother, like daughter. For your daughter loathes her husband and her children, and so do you.
Somebody look up the word loathe, because we know what it means, but I just want to get it literal, because it sounds a lot like love, but it's loathe. But people, it kind of goes over people's head.
Yeah, because children, they observers. They're natural observers.
Yeah.
So when they see how their parents are interacting with their significant other, they seeing how they treating them, how they talk to them. They take that in. So when they become of age, they think that that's a normal thing. That your mama was talking crazy to your father, she didn't respect him. So she grow up, she get with her husband, she gonna talk crazy to him, she not gonna respect him.
Yep. She's not gonna honor him.
She not gonna honor him. She saw that her mother didn't really cook for him. Told him like, nigga, go cook your own food. I fed the kids, but nigga, you got feet.
Yeah, nigga, I already ate.
Yeah.
You drove by a whole bunch of places to eat at on your way over here. I know y'all seen that one.
Or the father ain't even there, but she's seeing all type of dudes come in and out of there. Failed relationship after failed relationship after failed relationship. So she gonna grow up and follow her mother's footsteps. She finna be with this dude. That don't work out, but they had a kid.
Yep.
So now she looking for the next dude, and now she's finna come into a relationship and bring her child. now he got to deal with her and his child from a previous failed relationship.
Yeah.
He got to put up with that, and then that don't work out. But then he knocked you up too. So now you 2 for 2.
Yep.
About to go to the third one. Yeah, and then on top of that, there's all type of court drama, custody drama, all because we left the ancient way. We fell away from the natural order, man.
Oh, there's plenty of cases where the mom brings the dudes, and then secretly the boyfriend, he's touching the daughter.
Sometimes they,
Go ahead. You gonna say the same thing I'm gonna say? Say.
sometimes they know about it.
Or or the little girl tell him, and she don't believe him, or she does believe him. She figure I can't let this is a good man. I can't let this man go.
Seen that.
You seen that happen?
She'll get mad at the
Yeah.
daughter. Bitch, you trying to take my man?
That's why I said there's a lot of moms that compete with the daughters nowadays.
I got a pre to back you
Who
up.
got the definition of loath?
Loath, I got it. I looked up in the etymology. Loath, hateful, hated, hateful, hostile, repulsive, ugly, hateful, offensive, grievous, sorrowful.
One of the synonyms I always think of is detest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let me finish this verse, y'all. Verse
Read,
40,
read that low part of it.
verse 45. For your mother loathed her husband and her children, and so do you.
Detest.
Yeah.
That goes right in the Sirach 25. You got it?
And you are exactly like your sisters, for they despise their husbands and their children. Truly your mother was a Hittite and your father was an Amorite.
Yeah, and he's comparing, these women in Israel, the nation of Israel. All right. Israel was, dysfunctional, disobedient. Yeah, man.
I got a pre to back up what this brother was saying. How not just mothers with their daughters, but also with their sons. Now they try to be their friend. This is Sirach 30, and I'm gonna just go to 9 and read down. If you pamper, and this is in the GNTs. If you pamper your child and play with him, he will be a disappointment and a source of grief.
Yep.
Laugh with him now, and one day you will cry over him, grinding your teeth in regret.
See, and that right there is exactly why you would have a scenario where you have that stubborn, rebellious, gluttonous son that will not obey the word of his parents. So the next step now is because you didn't follow that wisdom, and you let him get to that point where he's just completely disrespectful. He doesn't reverence you. He doesn't honor you. Now you gotta do what Deuteronomy 21 and 19 on down say. Now you gotta go and watch your child get put to death.
And finish the final blow.
First,
You gotta be the last one and you gotta find the biggest rock to make sure his spirit is definitely finna hover out.
Verse 11. Don't give him freedom while he is young, and don't overlook what he is doing, what he does wrong.
Yeah, that's like the end of. That's why World Star is built off the content of this degeneracy from niggas, man. And you got the end of like, hey, say that cuss word again. You know what you say? Next thing you know, the little nigga like, oh, fuck all y'all. And the mama laughing, the aunties laughing. Or he throwing up some gang sign or something stupid, man.
Hey, if we recall, before Sora and ChatGPT, not ChatGPT, what's the other one? AI and OpenAI and all of those.
Oh yeah.
Before all of that was going on, what did we see on World Star and the internet? Little babies under 3 years old smoking cigarettes and weed and shit, man. Tattooed up, real shit. Before they was able to do it. They were really doing that.
There'll be a little boy be a toddler, but he getting twerked on.
Yeah, by grown ass women.
Or little girls.
Or little girls, twerking. Where they get that from? Where they learn that?
Or they listening to reciting what's a nasty bitch?
Sexy Red
or Saweetie or Sukiana and all of them. Cardi B. In this scripture, it says sons, but it pertains to children. It's verse 12. Whip him while he is still a child, and make him respect your authority. If you don't, he will be stubborn and disobedient and cause you nothing but sorrow.
You know that kids are sponges, man. It's, little boys and little girls, they're sponges, and the information that you give them at a young age, they retain that information. Little Devontae and little Shantae eventually got to grow up, and that same shit that you thought was cute and you was laughing at is eventually gonna cause you harm, man.
It said it's gonna give you sorrow.
Yeah.
Verse 13. So discipline your son and give him work to do, or else he will be an embarrassment to you. Meaning, keep your child in line with. They got to be doing something. Like children, they're growing up. They were kept busy. Hey, fathers taught their sons how to,
taught them a skill, trade.
Skill or trade.
Taking initiative too.
Work in the fields.
Yeah.
The daughters were kept busy